Hello and welcome. I'm Blair Blackwell, and this is the Daily Cyber Brief. Here's today's rundown of the biggest cybersecurity stories you need to know today. Good morning. This is the Daily Cyber Brief for Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. Let's start with what's moving the security landscape this morning. Two critical remote code execution patches from major vendors. Active exploitation of help desk software for lateral movement, and a significant telecom espionage campaign in Singapore. On the incident and espionage front, Singaporean authorities say a China nexus group, known as UNC 3886, mounted a deliberate, well-planned campaign against the country's telecommunications sector. Reporting indicates all four major operators were targeted, and were each breached at least once last year, underscoring the strategic value of telecom metadata, lawful intercept systems, and network management consoles to long-dwell operations. Meanwhile, attackers are exploiting internet-exposed SolarWinds web help desk instances to gain initial access, then pivot to higher-value assets. Microsoft describes a multi-stage intrusion playbook, and separate reporting notes the use of legitimate tools, including a digital forensics utility, for persistence and remote control, a classic living-off-the-land tactic that complicates detection. Following on from yesterday's note about active smarter mail exploitation, there's a new development. Smarter Tools confirmed its own network was breached via flaws in its Smarter Mail product, with the Warlock ransomware group involved. The company says business applications and account data were not impacted, but the episode highlights the risk when threat actors chain email server bugs to reach vendor environments and downstream customers. Turning to vulnerabilities and patching, Fortinet released fixes for a critical flaw in FortiClient EMS that could enable unauthenticated code execution via SQL injection. This sits firmly in the high-impact category for endpoint management, where compromise can quickly translate into fleet-wide control. Also in the help desk and access tooling space, BeyondTrust issued updates for a critical pre-authentication remote code execution issue affecting remote support and certain older versions of privileged remote access. Both advisories reflect the current trend, attackers aiming straight at administrative control planes. In cloud security, researchers detail a massive Team PCP campaign that automates worm-like compromises across exposed services, from Docker APIs and Kubernetes clusters to Ray dashboards and Redis, and then converts that footprint into criminal infrastructure. It's a reminder that cloud-native misconfiguration remains a prime enabler for botnet scale, crypto mining, and follow-on operations. Looking ahead, expect continued probing of SolarWinds web help desk and Smarter Mail surfaces where they remain exposed, along with telemetry hunts tied to UNC 3886 tradecraft across telecom-adjacent networks. Patches from Fortinet and BeyondTrust are available and rated critical. Watch for proof-of-concept chatter and opportunistic scans. What to watch for today? Help desk platforms and IT service management tools that can be turned into lateral movement pivot points. Identity and privileged access systems under pre-auth attack pressure. Endpoint management consoles like FortiClient EMS, and cloud-hosted containers and orchestration services, especially those with public-facing APIs. The takeaway: attackers are prioritizing trusted admin tools and exposed control planes. Reducing exposure and closing high-impact gaps won't stop every intrusion, but it shrinks the blast radius and blunts the most efficient paths to compromise. That's it for today's edition of the Daily Cyber Brief. Thanks for listening. I'm Blair Blackwell. This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not cybersecurity, legal, or financial advice.